Bingo. I'm right back. Now, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Now, what I'm getting at is the 6 days. He did the sun, the moon, and all the hosts of the heavens, and all the stars and all that stuff, and the earth. He said he did it all in 6 days in different increments, and you can read about that in the first chapter of the Old Testament. And he put into motion the earth going around and then circling the sun and tilting on an axis, creating summer, fall, winter, and spring, the seasons. And he said that activity will be for you for the seasons, okay? That's when he put time in place. The only place where time means anything is with you and I. Because right now, the commandment is up to 120 years. Some people used to live hundreds of years, but it was all evil back in them days. One of the guys, it's recorded in here, 969 years old, Methuselah. Now, I'm just trying to explain a little bit about time. Time means nothing to the sun or the stars or to God. That verse where, I don't remember exactly where it's at, says, for a day is as 1,000 years, or 1,000 years is as a day. In other words, it don't make any difference. It's all the same to God. To God, a day is as 1,000 years. He wasn't saying that a day took 1,000 years. 1,000 years is 365 days is a year, okay? 1,000 of them, well, I could use my computer here and find out how many days that is, but that's a lot. Time means nothing to God. That's why when we're going through all this stuff here with it, wow, when's it going to end? When's it going to end? It's quick. It's very quick. I mean, I got another day older this year. Every time the sun goes down, I get another day older. And it's pretty quick. But I can remember things that happened to me many years ago. All right? I can bring it to my remembrance. All right? That's why I'm telling you, read this book. Put this word in your head, into your brain, and it won't go away. And if you're doing the right thing, the right way of living, you can recall different things as God gives you the remembrance, as He brings it to the fore, so you can understand it. But you have to put it in there. Oh, I'm going to read some more of this stuff. All right. Okay. He hallowed the seventh day. He calls it the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and thy mother. This is a commandment here. And he tells you why to honor your mother and father. He didn't say love them. He didn't say love them if they're crappy people. He said honor them. So listen to this. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. You see that? He's giving you a commandment and a reason why. Do you do that? I know I had a lot of disrespect, but I ended up reading this book and I changed. I honor my mother and my father. They're dead, but their memory to me is honorable because they were my mother and father. So I honor who they were. He commands all of us. There are so many that do not. Thou shalt not kill. But the Supreme Court says, sure, kill that kid in the womb. That's not a life. It's not a life yet. If it's not a life, why are you killing it? That's what they say. It's not a life until it comes out. That's what they say. Why are you killing it? Huh? It's evil. There's no less than 4 people on the American Supreme Court that are 100% evil. I think it's 3 women and a guy. I don't really pay a heck of a lot of attention to them. I just listen to the junk every once in a while on the news, you know. Every time you look at those 3 women, ooh, you can see it. And even that other guy. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now that's a toughie. If anybody ever does anything like that, enter into your closet, confess your sins to God, and mean it, and turn from that path, and He will forgive you. He will remove your sins as far as the east is from the west, going in 2 opposite directions. That's a huge distance, man. And He won't remember it anymore. So don't worry about all the stuff you might have done. Killing your babies, or this other one over here. Not honoring the Sabbath day. All that stuff. He can forgive you. I know. Thou shalt not steal. All of us are guilty of that. Somehow or other, we made that mistake. We committed that sin. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Oh, the umbrella over that one is lying. Don't lie. Tell the truth. Try to be truthful in all your actions. But respect your neighbors. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Now, he was talking about this stuff way back in those days. We didn't have motorboats and Corvettes and Vipers and Tundras and all that stuff, right? He said, don't try to keep up with the Joneses. A lot of people try to keep up with the Joneses. It's impossible. You drive yourself nuts, and you might steal and lie. You break one commandment, you're going to get into another one because they're all in the same list. He says if you break one, you just keep walking down that path. He says it's the same as breaking all of them. You may as well just go kill everybody because you're gonna die for that. You're not going to make it during the resurrection. We'll talk about the resurrection some other time. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They backed off from that. There wasn't any more curiosity to see what's going on up in the mountain. They can see and hear from a distance. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. They were afraid. But further along, as you read in the Bible, you find out that all the people that came out of Egypt that were 20 years old or older died in the wilderness. It's in the book. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Some of these people probably peed their pants, man. I don't know if I could handle something like that. But he did it for a reason. And they still turned their back on him. It's in the book. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. Big onions, huh? And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Does anybody need a further explanation? Everybody says, Where is heaven? What's it like? God was talking to them right there. And he says it comes from heaven. All right? Remember I told you that God is everywhere? He just gathered himself together in that one spot. And all along while he's in that one spot, he's also in another spot where he needs to be. He's in all spots. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. They saw it and they heard it. He was talking with Moses. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. Ooh. Means they melted all that iron down and they made statues. Anybody that's been going into churches or looking at history in school or something like that, you all know about the statues and the foreign worshiping things that happened. Everybody knows about that, except maybe the younger children because they're not taught. It's taken out of the school. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep, and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Gave him a commandment, what to do. And if you did it, he says, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Now, you hear the speech done on TV? Someone standing up at the podium. I'm thinking about one guy in particular. And then I can put another 100 with that. And they say, God bless the United States of America. God bless you. You want to know how to be blessed? Let me read this again. An altar of earth. Now, this is back there in the sacrifice days, okay? Things have changed today, but the other part of the commandment remains. An altar of earth shalt thou make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Do you know about any place in America where that is? I know where there's one place. Only one. And I'm at it right now. I'm not saying that it is the only one. I said I only know of one place. This is my place. This is where I meet the Lord. He promises to meet me here and to bless me. I got a lot of crap going on in my life, man. But I'm sitting here and I actually have some peace inside. Not all the time. I get anxious. I even say some rough stuff. But here I am sitting here with my Bible, talking with God. And He's here. How do I know He's here? It says it right here. I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. After I go to bed later on, go to sleep, and I wake up further on into the day, and I indeed do wake up, and I see another sunrise, that's a blessing. That's from God. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. He just wants you, if you got to burn stuff on something, talking to them, just pick up some raw stones and make an altar. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it, made it dirty. You see, the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. Even the stones that He's given you permission to make into an altar. So don't destroy it in any way. Use it in the condition that He gives it to you. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Thy nakedness. These guys wore robes. Maybe they didn't have underwear, and you could look up under there and see things, like, I don't know, dingleberries or something. All right, I gotta knock this off, but I'll be right back.